welcome back to another episode of Aviation Champions. Today I have Michael Arnold, co-founder of EZTracker Air. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me today.
Oh, it's our pleasure. So tell us a little bit about your background.
I got into flying about 20 years ago.
Okay.
I got my private pilot certificate at Hurlong on the west side, and I've been flying on and off ever since, mostly on now. I had about 8 years where I didn't fly very much because I bought a house and couldn't afford it. So we got on the other side of that, and I'm an airline pilot now.
Okay.
Here in the United States, fly domestic routes. And so, yeah, I love aviation. I love general aviation. I really enjoy being an aircraft owner. And so
it's not an exaggeration to say it's a passion.
No, absolutely not.
You live, eat, and breathe it. Well, that's fantastic. So you are co-founder of EZTracker Air.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about your company, what it is you do.
We started EZTracker Air to eliminate a lot of friction in aircraft ownership, especially on the maintenance side.
Okay.
For decades, people have been using paper.
Yeah.
And not just logbooks, but like keeping track of when their oil change is due and what kind of oil they use and what kind of spark plugs they use. And now most recently it's putting notes in your phone. But the bottom line is that everything has been scattered for so long.
Yeah.
And so what we wanted to do is to unify all of that, not only for the owner, but also to build a bridge between the owner and their maintainers.
Okay.
In a very non-disruptive way for the maintainer. So we created Aircraft OS with EZTracker Air that basically is an end-to-end connection for everything to do with maintenance tracking, interval tracking for your aircraft's inspections, your flights if you want to, your pilot log if you want to, and all of that is connected, all the costs associated with it, so you get a really good idea of what your airplane is costing you, and you always know what's going on with the aircraft.
Well, that is fascinating. So for the layperson, essentially you've created an app and some technology where an aircraft owner can go ahead and log in all the information of their aircraft and then start creating a history, a maintenance history where the maintainers can write in exactly the type of products and the exact type of work that was done. You can have your logbook. And so that if later on, all that information, let's say the owner owns it for like 4 or 5 years and then decides they want to sell it, the new owner now has the benefit to have everything in that tracker, and that information can be transferred to the new owner.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that was one of the things that we wanted to accomplish with the product, but we mainly wanted to ensure that while you own it, you know what's going on with it.
Sure.
And that you're creating a comprehensive story to tell to your mechanic.
Right.
And I'll give you a quick example of a real world example of a real life scenario rather that happened to me with my Mooney. The other day I went flying. I noticed in the climb that the manifold pressure started to decrease. I level off. The airplane was not accelerating. So I turned around, landed safely without incident.
Well, that's good.
Thankfully, yeah, exactly. The number of takeoffs equaled the number of landings, so that's always good.
Yeah.
And then I was able to download the data from my G3X and put it into EZTracker Air.
Okay, so the data from the aircraft into the product, into the app.
All of the flight data.
Wow.
So GPS positions, our altitudes, all the engine data, all that was ingested into EZTracker Air with the one-click upload. And then I was able to create a report to send to my mechanic.
Okay.
When I took the airplane over there and I went to go look a couple days later to see what was going on, they were actually using the report I sent to them that had the interactive graph that overlaid all of the information about manifold pressure, RPM, what the altitude was when all of this went down. So it really helped to focus the maintainers to try to figure out what's going on with the airplane, which saves them time, which saves me money.
Okay. So based on that information, what kind of feedback have you gotten from the users, the owners and operators, and the maintainers who are now able to access that data?
The biggest thing on the owner side is that it's super easy.
Okay.
So, I mean, in the name, we try to uphold what the name is actually all about, but you're able to log information in 3 seconds. Okay. So what we wanted to be able to do is to remove all of the friction from entering in more information. We did not want owners to spend a bunch of time going to a website, trying to sift through a bunch of information just to enter their TAC time or their HOBS time. You open up EZTracker Air, you type that in, or you take a picture if you want, but we like the typing in, it's faster. It remembers your previous times automatically, you hit update, you're done. So everything is tracked from that quick entry. All of the predictive maintenance alerts that you get are based on the time, as well as all of your flying habits.
Okay.
So our app intelligently looks at how much you fly, and then puts a date on a calendar.
So not just what the maintenance or the log, or not the logbook, but what the manufacturer recommends for maintenance. You're also looking at how the aircraft's being flown.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
And all that information gets packaged up and sent over to the mechanic, again, in like 2 taps. We did not want to, on the mechanic side, we didn't want to reinvent the wheel for them. They have processes that have worked for them for decades. We did not want to say, oh, we know what's best. Here's a platform for you to log into.
Okay.
No, instead, what we do is we put the onus on the owner. The owner's already going to make a phone call or send an email or a text message to their mechanic. Why not create a public link? Public in the sense that it's only public because the mechanic doesn't have to log in.
Okay.
And send it to the
So the
mechanic.
mechanic doesn't have to have the product.
No, not at all.
But the owner can send them a link that downloads all the information. They can have the app if they
Sure,
choose to.
if they want. Yeah.
But they don't need to.
Exactly. So we're very non-disruptive in that way.
This is genius.
Well, we
When
like
did
to
you
think
come
so.
up with this?
So this was about a year in the making.
Okay.
We developed the idea over about 6 months and then did 9 months of product development and then another 3 months of testing. So the actual development was about a year. And then we just kind of refined the idea before that for about a half year.
So who's your ideal client? Is it for the smaller owner-operator, or can it be for charter operations?
It can be for charter operations, but our primary focus is the single owner or a partnership.
Okay.
So we wanted to make sure that everybody had access to this type of technology for an affordable price at $99 a year. It's less than what we spend on an hour of flight time.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure that the guy with the Citabria or the girl with the Cherokee or the dude with the Mooney could get a product that they could easily use, that they want to use,
Yeah.
that's not something that's such a chore,
Yeah.
and put it in front of them. Because the other solutions out there are really made for big operators.
Wow. So passion for aviation, pilot, been in the industry a long time. Now you've created this amazing product. And so now you're also finding yourself being a small business owner while doing all the other things.
Yeah.
What career advice would you give our audience? And I'll let you choose either business ownership and marketing and that sort of challenges and those sort of challenges, or your pursuit in becoming a pilot and now an airline pilot.
So, well, I mean,
is it tough? Is that
yeah,
tough?
I mean, because it's so multifaceted. I mean, let's start with the flying.
Okay.
There are great barriers to entry to learning how to fly, and one of the largest barriers is cost. And what we wanted to do with our product is to bring that cost down on the maintenance side. What I would encourage anybody to do if they're wanting to learn how to fly is just to make the time for it and make it happen. You can do it, absolutely. There's so much support out there, financial support from banks and other lending organizations that can loan you the money to make sure that you finish your flight training.
Okay.
Because a lot of times people will start it and then finances get in the way or other obligations. So stick with it and you can make it happen. And then just keep going. If you want to become an airline pilot, there are so many opportunities out there at different types of schools, whether it's mom and pop or more corporate type of schools, that will make that dream a reality for you. So yes, it's difficult, but it's very worthwhile. And then if you're able to purchase an aircraft, I absolutely encourage people to do that. It is one of the most fulfilling things that I have ever done. You have an adventure every time you get to go fly. It's not the cheapest hobby, but I don't know of many hobbies that are that cheap, or as fun.
Okay. And being a small business owner, any advice? Same? It sounds same or similar. Doggedly pursue it.
Yeah.
Take it one day at a time.
One day at a time. I mean, plan as much as you can, but I think what I have learned very quickly is that I don't know everything. And I have to rely on other people to help me.
Okay.
So my business partner's fantastic, and we both have great support from our wives. And so having that kind of network around you is imperative for your success. So I think if you stick with it, as long as you got a good idea and you flesh it out and make sure other people actually want to buy your product first, and then have that support in place, I think you'll be successful.
Pursue it.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone's interested in finding you and your product, how can they find you?
So the easiest way to get to EZTracker Air is to go to EZTrackerAir.com or check us out on Instagram at EZTracker Air and shoot us a message. We'll connect with you pretty quick. We appreciate you coming and check us out.
All right. Thanks so much, Michael. It's a pleasure hosting you and learning more about your product.
Well, thanks so much for having me.